Hey guys, different kind of video coming at you today. So we're waiting for the baby to be born, my daughter to be born, so I'm not doing a lot of hunting or playing any other video games. So I actually recorded this at work during recess, so I had about 15 minutes and I said screw it, I'll go for a quick little Pac-Man run. So this isn't my greatest score, but you know, I don't want to be bragging because my greatest score isn't that much higher than my final score that I have here. So I played this on freepacman.org, and if you would like to take the Pac-Man challenge and submit a score or even submit a video, just tag me in it too, or put a link in the description so I can check it out, because I've always loved Pac-Man. I've never been a master at it, but it's really enjoyable. And what I like about this website is I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure that these ghosts don't run on the original Pac-Man patterns. It's more like Mrs. Pac-Man, where they're more randomized, so that's really fun, and it always makes the game enjoyable to play. I try and play, Pac-Man's one of my favorite games. I try and play it like twice a week, and just a fun little challenge to put out there if anyone's interested. If not, then just enjoy and watch my death-defying moves avoiding the ghosts. So when you're playing this game, if you feel the need, you can press the P on your keyboard to pause the game. And I like to pause the game, usually halfway through some levels, have a sip of coffee, and I'm actually listening to some talk radio during my recess break on TSN. So I skip over that quickly and we get back into the game. And I got Ghosts and Goblins playing in the background just because I love this track. Ever since I was a little kid, playing it in the arcade and then on the NES. Awesome song. Those of you that are interested in taking the challenge, you'll see that some of the video is a little choppy, but there's never more than like a couple of 100 points discrepancy between the video clips, because I'm using the free ice cream screen capture, and it only lets you record for about 5 minutes at a time. So whenever it stops recording, I'll get a little notification in my corner that the file is full, so I have to pause quickly, start a new video, and then continue. So if you're watching the score, you might see like small jumps, but it's nothing crazy where I'm jumping up like 10,000 points. Little Pac-Man information for you, courtesy of Wikipedia. So Pac-Man, or PAC-MAN in Japan, is an arcade game developed by Namco and first released in Japan in May 1980. How fitting that we are in May right now, and today is actually my birthday. It was created by Japanese video game designer Toru Iwatani, and it was licensed and distributed in the United States by Midway and released in October 1980. Immensely popular for its original release, to the present day, Pac-Man is considered one of the classics of the medium and an icon of the 1980s. Upon its release, the game and subsequently Pac-Man derivatives became a social phenomenon that yielded high stakes of merchandise and inspired a legacy in other medias, such as the Pac-Man animated television series and the top 10 hit Pac-Man Fever, and I'm still looking for that record. Pac-Man was popular in the 1980s, 90s, and is still played in the 2010s. When Pac-Man was released, the most popular arcade video games at the time were space shooters, in particular Space Invaders and Asteroids. The most visible minorities were sports games that were mostly derivatives of Pong. Pac-Man succeeded by creating a new genre. Pac-Man is often credited with being a landmark in video game history, and it is among the most famous arcade games of all time. The character has appeared in more than 80 officially licensed games and spin-offs, as well as numerous unauthorized clones and bootlegs. According to Davy Brown Index, Pac-Man has the highest brand awareness of any video game character among American consumers, recognized by 90% and higher of them. So that's more than Mario. That's pretty impressive. Pac-Man is one of the longest running video game franchises for the golden age of video games, and it is part of the collection at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. and New York's Museum of Modern Art. Just in case anyone doesn't know, for the gameplay, you basically control Pac-Man through a maze, eating the Pac dots. When all the Pac dots are eaten, Pac-Man is taken to the next stage. In the arcade version, between some stages, one of 3 intermission animations will play. Against you are 4 enemies: the Ghost, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. They roam the maze trying to catch Pac-Man. If they ever touch you, you lose a life. Whenever Pac-Man occupies the same tile as any enemy, it's considered that he had a collision with that Ghost. When all lives have been lost, the game ends. Pac-Man is awarded 1 single bonus life after 10,000 points by default. That can be changed in your arcade game though. Near the corners of the maze are 4 larger flashing dots known as the Power Pellet. This provides Pac-Man with the temporary ability to eat the enemies. The enemies turn deep blue and they reverse their direction, trying to run away, but moving slightly slower. When an enemy is eaten, its eyes remain and it returns to the center box where it is regenerated to its normal color. Blue enemies flash white to signal that they are about to become dangerous again. The further you make it into the game, the shorter the amount of time they're vulnerable lasts. Then here the bell rang, recess was over, and I was just starting to play terrible. The ghosts are fast, like they're moving quicker because I have the video speed ×2, but they were just hunting me down and I just started messing up left, right, and center. 76,000, I told myself I have to get to at least 80. That's usually my standard for a decent game. So here we go with the ending of my Pac-Man run. They got me. They got me in that corner. I knew I was taking a chance. They all came in the corner. So 85,080 was my score for today. So again, if you would like to take the challenge, let me down in the comments if you're interested, if you've got a great score, or if you want to actually share a link of yourself playing the game. Again, where I played it at work, it was on freepacman.org, so check it out there for good old-fashioned fun. And thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Fingers crossed that the baby's here soon. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here.